Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Lecturer Mr. Dr. Andriana Gopar, SPD, MPD, and all of my beloved friends. First of all, let us thanks to Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Taala because of His blessing we are able to come here to join in this presentation today. The presentation today is about specifying purpose and research question and hypothesis. Well, let's open our meeting by saying basmalah together. Before we begin, I would like to introduce the presenter. Our presenters today are from group 4. In here member of group me Nabila Nur Aja, and the next Nuraini Siparahayu, Rina Puspitasari, and Syakira Nurul Hadijah. In here a table of content. Number 1, what are purpose, statement, research question, hypothesis, and objective. And number 2, why are these statement and question important. Number 3, how do you design the quantitative purpose statement, research question, and hypothesis. And the next, how do you design qualitative purpose statement and research question. And the next, the central phenomenon in qualitative research. And the last, examining the parent involved and mother trust in principal student. Okay, in this material will be explained by me. What are purpose statement, research question, hypothesis, and objective? The first, purpose statement. The purpose statement is a statement that advances the overall direction or focus for the study. The purpose statement are used in qualitative and quantitative research. It's usually found in the problem statement section and is often the last sentence in the introduction. And the next, research question. Research question are questions in qualitative or quantitative research that narrow the purpose statement to specific questions the research seek to answer. This research aims to identify research method to qualitative and quantitative research focusing on individual or organization character and examining the impact of internet communication on the student performance. And the next, hypothesis are statements in quantitative research in which the investigator makes a prediction or a conjunction about the outcome of a relationship among attributes of our character. This is often divide object into major and minor ones, often found at the end of the statement of the problem after the literature review or inspired section of the study. Like this, let's begin by defining four terms used in research to convey the intent of the purpose. The first, purpose statement, research question, research hypothesis, and research objective. These terms among various forms of directed research. The purpose statement in overall direction. research question intend raise question to be answered. Research hypothesis make prediction about execution. Research objective state goal to accomplish it. And then the next form or more sentence. The question one or more question. Research hypothesis or one or more statement. And research objective one or more. The next use the purpose statement, qualitative and quantitative research. Research session qualitative and quantitative research. The hypothesis only quantitative. Research objective typical quantitative research. And the placement of purpose statement and end of introduction. But research question, research hypothesis, research objective, and end of introduction after literature review or disparate section of the study. Next slide, please. Okay, and material about why are the statement and question important. The statement are like signposts that guide a reader how your research. Without the signpost, reader will be lost and not understand the main idea of your research. Research statement and question also help determine appropriate data method and link the research result its conclusion. Okay, maybe enough for me. The next material will be explained by Durina.
Okay, thanks moderator. I will explain about how do you design quantitative purpose statement, research question, and hypothesis. The first is specify variables. Quantitative research involves understanding the role of variables, which are characteristic or attributes of an individual or organization that can be measured or observed. Variable can be measured through questionnaires or observation and can be classified as category or continuous scores. It is crucial to distinguish between variable and constructs, which are abstract attributes expressed in a specific way. Like the pictures in the PPT, a variable can be measured and it varies among individuals. A variable or a characteristic or attribute. The first is can be measured, can be assessed on an instrument or observed on instrument. And the second is n or varies. Can assume different values or scores for different individuals. And the family of variable in quantitative research including dependent, independent, intervening, control, confounding, treatment, and moderating variables. Next slide. Independent and independent variable. Dependent variable are attribute or characteristic dependent on or influenced by independent variable, such as achievement, scores, or organizational climate. Independent variables such as personal demographic Independent variables such as personal demographic attributes are measured to eliminate them from the study. Okay, the next is dependent and independent variables. Dependent variables are attributes or characteristics dependent on or influenced by independent variables, such as achievement scores or organizational climate. Independent variables such as personal demographic attributes are measured to eliminate them from the study. Like the pictures in this PPT, four types of independent variable have measured variable, control variable, treatment variable, and moderating variable. Treatment variable are independent variable measured in categories to determine their effect on an outcome. Moderating variable are new variable constructed by taking one variable times another. Intervening variable, also known as mediating variables, stand between independent and dependent variables and can be controlled using statistical procedures. And the last is confounding variables. Confounding variables are extraneous or uncontrolled variables that may influence the relationship between independent and dependent variables. Maybe enough from me. I will back to another. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Karina, for explanation material. Material will be explained by Nuraitika. Nuraitika, yours.
Next, I will explain about differentiation between quantitative proposed and research questions. The component of good purpose statement and research question differ for quantitative and qualitative research. Before we learn how to write qualitative purpose statement and research question, we need to understand how qualitative research is both similar and different from qualitative research. The first is quantitative research use hypotheses, whereas in qualitative research, hypotheses are not used. Usually, research only use research question. Research tests hypotheses using statistics, and statistics are not used in qualitative research. Therefore, hypotheses in qualitative research are not appropriate. The second is in quantitative research. Research identify several variables and try to find and measure them. In qualitative research, the term variable is not used, but rather the investigator collect information about the concept A, concept-centered phenomenon. The next is, in quantitative research, researchers often test theories, whereas in quantitative research, theories are usually not tested. Research asks participants in a study to share ideas and build common themes based on those ideas. The next is, in quantitative research, researchers use a closed stand by identifying, classifying variables, and selecting instruments to collect data before the study begins. The next is, in quantitative research, researchers attempt to measure differences and the magnitude of those differences between two or more groups and measure change in individual over time. In qualitative research, researchers do not compare groups or connect variables. The next material about the central phenomenon in qualitative research. A key component of the purpose statement and research question in qualitative research is the central phenomenon. A central phenomenon is a concept or process that is explored in qualitative research. For example, the first is ethnic identity of Chinese American immigrant. As a process, for example, the negotiation process between a female superintendent and her principal. This example illustrates the expression of the central phenomenon in a few words. They also show a focus on a single concept on process rather than linking two or more ideas as found in quantitative research. The picture reveals the difference between explaining and predicting variable in quantitative research and exploring central phenomenon in qualitative research, as shown in picture 4.7. Okay. The next material about writing qualitative purpose statement and writing qualitative research question. The first is writing qualitative purpose statement. Purpose statement in qualitative research indicate the intent to explore or understand a central phenomenon with specific individuals or a specific research field. In quantitative research, researchers write their purpose statement as a single sentence and usually include it in the study at the end of introduction. For the writing glidness and simple script have been included the chapter report. The second is writing qualitative research question. Research question in qualitative research have narrowed down the research objectives into specific questions. Qualitative research questions are open-ended and general questions that the researcher wants to answer during the research. For the writing glidness and simple script have been included the chapter report 2. The next material about the central question. The central question is the overarching question explored in a research study. The purpose of this approach is to open up the research for participants to provide their point of view rather than narrowing the research to the outer viewpoint. In table 4.3, some specific examples illustrate central questions that are stated in terms that are too general to focus, too laden with assumption. First, a bad example is given, followed by a better and improved version, as are the second and third example. The last is sub-question. Sub-question distill the central into sub-question that will be answered in the research. The sub-question have the same quality as the central question. They give either specificity to the research question. The author referred to this sub-question as issue sub-question and procedural sub-question, as shown in table 4.4. Maybe enough from me. I will return to the narrative. Thank you.
Oke, mulai kira-kira. Kira-kira that's yours.
Thank you, moderator. So next material is examining the parent involvement and mother's trust in principal studies. The authors of studies on parent participation and mother's trust in principles use proposed statements and study questions to guide their research. And this Landis and Bertrand's qualitative study investigate the impact of psychological construct on parental involvement decision across 3 secondary grades level, and the study examines parents' role construction, self-efficacy, perception of teacher insights, and view of teenage invitation on parental involvement at home and school. The qualitative study focuses on matters of disabled children's trust in school principals, and both studies are used proposed statements and research questions to provide a comprehensive understanding of their respective studies. And next, key ideas in the chapter. First is distinguish among proposed statements, research question, and hypothesis and objectives. Proposed statement, research hypothesis, and research question are critical components of a study that indicate its overall direction. A proposed statement defines the study's overarching goals and on specific areas of inquiry. Hypotheses cut down the proposed statements to precise prediction about variable relationship. And second is know why these statements and questions are important. Statements and questions are important in research project because they guide data gathering and help people understand the result. To avoid reader confusion, they should be clear, brief, and precise. And write quantitative proposed statements, research question, and hypothesis. Understanding the nature and types of variable is essential for the developing quantitative proposed statements, research question, and hypothesis. The 3 main categories are dependent, independent, and intervening, with investigator frequently evaluating relationship between relationship against idea. And write qualitative proposed statements and research question. Qualitative research focuses on investigating a central phenomenon and participating in a developing process. Excellent proposed statements mention the central phenomenon, participant, and study location. Researchers utilize the proposed statements to generate 2 sort of qualitative question, a key question and sub-question. The major question is broken into problem or procedural sub-questions that either break down the inquiry into them or highlight data analysis steps. Next slide, please. Next is useful information for procedure of research. Like we can see on the screen, to conduct a research study, start with a proposed statement and either hypothesis or research question. For qualitative studies, understand the differences between variables and clearly identify independent and dependent variables. Find a theory to test the relationship between variable in your research question and hypothesis. Write either hypothesis or research questions, but not both. Consider where your statements are directional are non-directional and use the element advanced in this chapter. For qualitative studies, identify a central phenomenon and write one central question and several sub-questions using the elements and advanced in this chapter. Clearly, identify sub-questions as issue or procedural and know the difference between the two steps. Next, like we can see on the PPT on the right side, useful information for consumer of research. Let's say when reading a research paper, it is essential to understand the proposed hypothesis or research question presented by the author. And there are some key points to consider. There, look for a purpose statement at the end of the introduction, which should indicate the researcher's goals and objectives. And second is identify the significance of a central phenomenon in a qualitative study. And next, the third is create a central question and sub-question using the elements and discuss in the chapter. And the last is distinguish between issue and procedural sub-question. By understanding this element, you can better analyze and interpret the research presented in the study. Next slide, please. Understanding concept and evaluating research study. Also, like you can see on the screen, this summary teaches the importance of identifying independent and dependent variable in a qualitative proposed statements, research question, and hypotheses. It covers examples such as examining the relationship between parental involvement in education and student reading performance, examining accountability in a learning program, and examining functional mentoring relationship. The central phenomenon is identified in qualitative proposed statement and research questions, such as understanding how reading conception are played out in 6th grade classroom, highlight aspects of sorority life that contribute to women's marginalization, and identify major source of academic change in community college. The hypotheses are labeled as directional, non-directional, or null, with the final hypothesis being whether students in a supportive environment are more likely to seek help from instruction. And conducting your research. It's create a qualitative mission statements and research hypothesis for a educational project. You decide to conduct in various chapter, convert the study to a qualitative project, and develop a proposed statements and primary questions. And so, mission statements and research hypotheses are crucial for conducting research in an educational project. A quantitative project aims to investigate the effectiveness of a teaching method on student achievement, while a qualitative project focuses on understanding the experience and perspective of participants, and both aim to create outcomes and improve student engagement. That's all from me. Thank you, and I give it back to moderator.
Okay, thank you, Sandra, for explanation. Finally, we are come to the last agenda. We would like to say thanks again for the presenter and all of the audience for active participation. The conclusion of presentation today is designing a quantitative research involves several key elements, including determining this variable, in the research, identifying key factor or phenomena, and stating the relationship between these variables. Research must formulate clear and specific research questions that address the relationship of or difference between variable, which help guide the data collection and analysis process. Hypotheses are tentative statements that propose and accept relationship between variables and are used to test theories and assumptions. Design qualitative purpose statement research question and hypothesis require careful consideration of the variable involved. Research objective and theoretical framework to provide a clear direction for research and help structure the research design and data analysis. Hopefully, the presentation will give benefit for us. Thank you for attention. See you later.